getting it in. And
WBAI.
WBAI? Yay, all right. So we've got a great turnout from all these wonderful groups working together. Welcome. New York Metro Trade Justice. Couple people, great, thank you. So this is the regular slot for the Future Visions environmental film series that's sponsored by Green Sanctuary Committee, which is associated with the community church that so generously offers up their space for all of these great and important events. And I've been asked to, there's a card, kind of get well card. One of our dear, oops, I'm getting feedback. Should we turn that away a little bit? One of our dear activist friends who's really active in the fight to stop fracking has cancer and just came out of a mega surgery. So there's a card. If you know Angela Mano, thank you. If you know Angela Mano, please sign our Get Well card over here. And any other announcements before we begin? Did I miss anything? There's a party. Again, I'm just going to repeat because there are a lot of latecomers. There's a party to raise funds to stop the Spectra pipeline in the West Village this coming Sunday. It's going to be at Congregations, and I never get this right, Beit Simchat Torah. Simchat Torah. Yeah, this. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the candlelight vigil on Monday, the 29th. The party, is on Sunday. What time, Claire? 7 to midnight. And you want to just shout out the location? And there's it's to give Spectra the boot. There is a great flyer right there, glossy flyer. Please feel free to take a bunch. What's the address, Claire?
137 West 14th Street between 6th and 7th, the Alchemical Theater Lab.
Okay, so 137 West 14th Street, the Alchemical Theater Lab. That's this Sunday at what time? 7 p.m. So we need money, folks, to stop this crazy pipeline that's coming right into the city. It's going to bring fracked radioactive gas to your stove and boiler. I don't know if you know, but radon is one of the leading causes of lung cancer in non-smokers, and this gas is going to have 70% more radon than your average everyday, old-fashioned gas. So there is no more good gas. It's only the fracked gas these days, and it all has radon. And this particular brand of gas that's coming from the Marcellus Shale next door in PA and other places is very high. The shale is high in radium and uranium. So that gas that we're going to get, if Bloomberg has his way, it's going to be very high in radon. So please get involved. If you want to know more about it, go to sanenergyproject.org. And enough with all of the promoting here. But just to let you guys know, every last Friday of the month we have our film series. Our next film series is going to be our next film is going to be Last Call at the Oasis, about the water crisis, planetary water crisis. That's going to be right here in this room on, I forget the date, but it's the last November. I think it's the 30th, so it's right after Thanksgiving. So please come and support our work here at the Green Sanctuary Committee. And with that, I'm going to introduce our moderator, who is well known around Occupy circles. She's been very active on the Spectra pipeline and other issues. We all know and love her, Michelle Fox.
Yay. So this is my first time moderating anything, so please bear with me. So I'll go off script for 1 second. Before tonight, or before we learned about it on these awesome videos, who knew about the TPP?
I only knew about it because of Stephanie Lowe, who got this whole thing going.
That's actually pretty good. Who never knew what it was before they came tonight? It's pretty shocking, isn't it? So we have 4 amazing speakers tonight. I'm going to get right to it and introduce the first one. Okay, we have Elisa Simmons, okay, who's the National Field Director for Global Trade Watch.
keep
Um,
harassing me.
This organization is one of the first to sound the alarm about the TPP. Elisa's worked on a number of social and economic justice issues, including global trade, workers' rights, students' rights, LGBT, civil rights, and voters' rights. And she's going to introduce the TPP and talk about why it's a corporate power tool for the 1% and about recent efforts to oppose it.
Great.
Thank you very much. Sometimes I live in DC, so but I'm from New York, so it's an honor to be home. But when I'm in DC on Friday nights, I usually sit at home wishing that I had a date. But now this is the best date I can have on a Friday night, so it's really wonderful to see all of you. And it's just great that on a Friday night you're here to learn about this. It's really important. The videos kind of did my job for me, which is to kind of introduce the TPP and speak specifically about how it's a corporate tool for the 1%. But a little repetition never hurt anyone. So I'm going to talk about the TPP and how it's a corporate tool for the 1%. Okay, you're going to hear that often, and I hope that you go out, out and talk to other people and educate more, that we begin to talk about it in that way, and that also it's very much like NAFTA. And so we're saying that this is, NAFTA on steroids with the Pacific Rim. So for the people who came in late, the Trans-Pacific Partnership is the first trade deal that's being negotiated by the Obama administration. And it's with 8 countries in the Pacific Rim. And I'm going to try to do this without my notes. Sometimes I forget. So it's with New Zealand, Australia, Singapore, Malaysia, Brunei, Vietnam, Chile, and Peru. That's it. What wasn't in the video that just came out is that Mexico and Canada are also joining. And Japan has shown great interest in joining. And their governments are now getting ready to do that. And so you heard Lori Wallach, my boss, and other people in video say that this is what's one of the things that's so alarming about this is that it can serve as a docking agreement for other nations in the Pacific Rim, but also just in general. So this is maybe the last time, and we don't want to sound too alarmist about this, because as we go out and talk, people think that we're a little crazy, right? Because what's happening is so outrageous. My friends go, "Oh, you work for Public Citizen, that's Ralph Nader's group, they're a little crazy. Oh, those Sierra Club folks, they're always on the deep end." But this is actually really, I don't believe any of that, but this is actually really happening. And this might be the last time that we have an opportunity to raise public awareness and to really fight back. Because what's happening is that, and one of the videos covered this, but we go through our mechanisms and people rise up and we win, right? We don't always win, but we fight back against SOPA and we win. We fight for environmental laws and we win. And so corporations don't know what else to do. So they become a part of these trade deals, and the trade deals become a backdoor way for them to get what they couldn't win. And we don't have the power to fight back. So no, the public doesn't have access to any of the text. Members of Congress don't have access to any of the text. The media doesn't have access to any of the text. But over 600 corporate advisors have access to the text and are invited to give feedback. So they're helping to shape this agreement while we don't have any part of it. It's just really, really clear that this is not about the people, that this is a corporate tool for the 1%. And so I think that the fight back for this needs to reach the level of the WTO. How many folks were involved in fighting back against the WTO, right? Fighting back against NAFTA. We've had some wins, had some losses, but this is so incredibly grave that we really have to stand up and fight back. Something else about this trade, that's the TPP, the Trans-Pacific Partnership, is that it's being called a trade agreement. People think about trade or when we